in my second year of graduate school, wondering how is it that all these brilliant professors believed so much literal nonsense, like that men and women were basically the same. This was the one that did it. There were two things that did it. I'm not kidding. One, that men and women are basically the same. That the only reason that girls don't play with guns and toy soldiers is because they are trained not to by a sexist environment, and the only reason boys don't play with dolls and tea sets is because of their sexist environment. Now, you know how many people in my generation believed this and gave their boys, for example, tea sets, and gave their girls trucks? So I want to tell you a story. This is from Larry Summers, the former president of Harvard, who was kicked out for suggesting that men and women may in fact be different. And he points out that he believed this, and he gave his daughter trucks. And he found that she had given them both names and was taking care of them. Another woman, a professor, ironically in Columbia, on this very subject. I interviewed her on my show once, and she noted that she did the same thing. She gave her daughter trucks one Christmas. Then she realized her daughter had disappeared. So she and her husband went up to the daughter's bedroom and knocked on the door, and the daughter opened the door and said, "Shh, they're sleeping." Is there any boy in the history of the existence of trucks that has named his trucks and put them to bed? My grandmother never attended high school. She knew the differences between men and women better than the average PhD in psychology or sociology.
You betcha.
What is it then? And by the way, the other, I said there were two major nonsenses believed. The other one was, and this was very apropos because this was the height of the Cold War, that the United States was as responsible for the Cold War as Stalin's Soviet Union. The greatest mass murderer, along with Hitler and Mao, is no more responsible for the Cold War than Franklin Roosevelt, Harry Truman, and Dwight Eisenhower. I mean, this is what I was taught. And I realized something one day that I had learned in second grade, actually kindergarten, in yeshiva, Jewish religious school. And that was the famous song, "Wisdom begins with fear of God." And that the university had become godless and therefore had become wisdomless. There is no wisdom in the secular world. There are very many kind secular people, don't get me wrong. There are many smart ones. But the world of secularism doesn't produce wisdom. When John McCain said, and I will never forget this, he said this early on in his campaign, he said, "This country is a Judeo-Christian based country." That's when, despite all my misgivings about this campaign finance reform and whatever else I didn't agree with, this is the man that I could enthusiastically endorse. If you just know that, then you know what you need to know to be President of the United States of America. Contrast that, I don't think Barack Obama would ever say that. I don't think any Democrat right now would say that this is a Judeo-Christian country. They'd say that our strength comes from our multiculturalism, but it doesn't. The motto of this comes from people from every culture, but it doesn't come from multiculturalism. It comes from e pluribus unum. We have a trinity. The United States of America, there's what I call the American Trinity. You want to explain America to your kids while standing on one leg? Here it goes. The United States has a trinity just as Christianity has a trinity. And that is to be found on every single coin. E pluribus unum, in God we trust, and liberty. And you cannot remove any one of them and still keep America alive. At least not as the distinctive America that it has been. We are fighting for the distinctive America that it has been. The Democratic Party, as part of the left, wants America to be another Western European country. Their model is France, their model is Germany, their model is Norway, their model is Sweden, their model is Denmark. They really believe they have done it better than we have. We are bellicose, we are imperialistic, we are rapacious, we are greedy, we are unequal. That is the description. As I point out, they want to change, again, even in his infomercial, time and again, we're going to change America. If you want to explain to a relative or friend, and it may be a tough time with relatives or friends that differ in that this time, it is. This has hurt a lot of family relations, and that's why I suggest people not talk to family relations about these matters. But if you do talk to somebody about them, about these issues, just ask this question. Do you think America needs to be changed or improved where it is flawed? So they want to change America. This is the first campaign in my lifetime and yours where the motto is, everything is about changing America. Folks, I don't want to change America. I just want to... Here's the irony. In that sense, they can't be more honest than they are. They're truly honest. We want to change America. We don't want you to change America. Oh, conservatives fear change. That's correct. I do. I fear changing the good. I'd like to change North Korea. I would like to change Syria. But I don't want to change America, thank you. No, the country that has done more good than any other in human history, I do not want to change it. You do.